Today I want to start talking about Chinese vowels. Now in English, we're used to English vowels being really weird and capricious and sounding like different things all over the place all the time. But we're also used to vowels in other languages behaving themselves. If we look at Spanish, for instance, A stands for A everywhere, I stands for E everywhere. It's great. We usually have the idea, if we're looking at a language we haven't seen before, at the very least we can count on the vowels to stand for the same thing more or less everywhere we see them. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not true in Chinese. Now, I'm not going to tell you that Chinese vowels are weird and capricious and you have no idea what they're going to do where. That's not true. If you want a language like that other than English, I suggest trying Danish. Danish is really pretty weird. In Chinese, the vowels are consistent, but they don't stay the same. Chinese vowels vary very much depending on what comes before them and what comes after them. In a given location with the same thing before or the same thing after, you can count on a Chinese vowel to be what you think it's going to be as long as you've learned what it's supposed to be in that location. But first, you got to find out what it's supposed to be in that location. Now, Chinese syllables in Mandarin Chinese can end three ways. They can end in a vowel, they can end in N, the sound N, or they can end in NG, the sound ng. If you're looking at a Chinese word and it ends in something else like a T or a K, you're not looking at a Mandarin Chinese word. It's probably Cantonese or some southern variety of Chinese. Today, I want to talk about the ones that end in NG in Mandarin. So the ng sounds, because English speakers tend to get those wrong more often than not. Now there are four vowels that can be followed by NG. A, E, I, and O. If you see UNG, you are not looking at a pinyin transliteration of a Mandarin word. It may be a Mandarin word. It's probably an older transliteration standing for the same thing that now is spelled ONG in pinyin. So, here's the deal with these ones. If you see ing, just say it the way you see it. You got it, you're fine, no problem. Ing, you got it. Ing is the thing. With the other three, farther back in the mouth. So, ONG is not ong, it's ong. ANG is not ang, it's ang. ENG is not eng, it's ung. Got that? I'm going to illustrate that with the names of three important leaders of China of the 20th century. The first one is Mao Zedong. Now, I've told you about Mao before. Chairman Mao, everybody says Mao. You don't need to worry about that too much. If you want to see his whole name, Mao Zedong, in the middle of an English sentence, you don't have to say Mao Zedong. It's found. Mao Zedong. Don't say Mao Zedong. Come on, ong. You can do it. It's not that hard. Okay? We've got that nailed down. The next one I want to talk about is Deng Xiaoping. Now, that looks like it might be pronounced Deng Xiaoping, right? No. Deng Xiaoping. In the 1980s, you'd hear the guy's name on the news and they almost always got it right, Deng Xiaoping. Frankly, it sounds like what you say if you're heading to the car after leaving a mall. Okay, I'm Deng Xiaoping. All right, that might be a joke, but in a way, see, if you're heading from a shopping mall to the car, you've probably bought a lot of things made in China. And the reason you can buy a lot of things made in China is due to the economic reforms in the 1980s that were really instigated in large part by Deng Xiaoping. So it works great. The other one I want to talk about is Hu Yaobang. So Hu Yaobang, you can say Hu Yaobang. This is the guy whose death led to the Tiananmen protests. You might remember that as a big thing. Tanks rolled in. It was bad. The students were very upset because they felt that Hu was a reformer, his legacy was going to be papered over. So, you want to say his name, you look at it, you might want to say Hu Yaobang. Don't say that. Hu Yaobang is what you say if you're asking a friend who they're sleeping with. Hey, Hu Yaobang. No. If you say Hu Yaobang, you can't go wrong, okay? Got that? Can't go wrong with Hu Yaobang. So, there we go. Mao Zedong, Deng Xiaoping, Hu Yaobang. I'm not going to worry you about the tones. Just get close enough in English for your satisfaction. All right? And with that, I will say, see you later. 再见.